All right, Sean, you are on.
All right, baby. Here we go. This next guest is an amazing man and a good friend of mine. I am so proud to introduce you to Jeffery Sabol from the great state of Colorado. He's our geophysicist with attitude. He will never bore you with his platitudes. Jeffery Sabol.
Jeffery!
Hey guys, hey, how are you guys doing up there?
We're doing good. It's pretty nice out here tonight.
All right, good. All right, I got some interesting stuff to go over today. So allow me to roll, because I don't know if you've heard of anything of what I have going on in here, but it needs to get out. So please listen up and pay attention if you can, and if you could, and well, let's just roll. Okay, so here we go. On February 4th, I was told that I had to talk to a correction officer, the CO, because unbeknownst to me, I apparently had a deficiency report, otherwise known as a DR. The DR had two charges on it. One was a lack of cooperation, which is a small Class 2 violation, and number two was creating a health, safety, and fire hazard, also a Class 2 violation. Both of these violations are related to me allegedly not wearing a mask earlier that day. By the way, it should be noted that the CO that handed me the DR, he wasn't wearing a mask either. So, hypocrisy. Anyways, so when I was handed the DR, at no time did the CO, or the correction officer, inform me that I was allowed a witness during my upcoming hearing. Then, a couple days later, on February 7th, I was summoned to a hearing that was to be held in our small little TV room. So I entered the TV room, and I was met with the people from the committee, which consisted of 3 people. So this is the hearing committee. The 3 people consisted of, number 1, the adjustment board member. I won't be saying names, because I'm a lawyer. Number 2 and 3 were 2 corporal CO correction officers. Nobody, of course, was wearing a body camera. Okay, so at the start of the hearing, the guy from the adjustment board brought out a digital audio recording device and started to record the meeting. He then announced his name and the name of the 2 corporals for the record. I didn't really catch the names, but it doesn't matter at this point. He then asked me to state my name for the record, which I did. He then asked me, how do I plead? And I said, not guilty. He then stated that I didn't have any witnesses present and started to move into the hearing, at which point I said, whoa, hold on. Nobody told me I could bring witnesses into here. He said that I was informed that I could have witnesses present when I was handed a DR. And I said, no, because if I was told I could have witnesses present, then I would have brought them forward. He then looks at me and says, yeah, we're still going to move forward. And then said, and I said, you realize that by you not allowing me to have a witness at my hearing, that makes this hearing null and void. He then said again, yeah, we're going to move forward with the hearing. At this point, I said, all right, I know I'm going to be railroaded here, so you might as well just give me your names. So what are your names? So the main guy, the adjustment board member, he gives me his name and his title, adjustment board guy. Person 2, she was a corporal. She gave me her last name, wouldn't give me her first name. That's fine. Person 3 refused to even give me her name. At this point, I said, all right, so let me get this straight. I'm in a hearing at a federal facility. You won't let me bring a witness to my hearing, and you won't tell me your names. At this point, the guy running the hearing from the adjustment board said, that's it, this hearing's over. And I think at this point, he turns off the digital audio. I then told the guy running the meeting, hey, I request a copy of that digital audio file be sent to my lawyer. He says, and I quote, that's not going to happen. All right, so at this point, all 4 of us walk out of the room. Once outside of the room, I then, went to the big room, the main room, the day room. Once we get out of the main room, all 4 of us, I then inform everyone in the main area of the pod that one of these officers in the hearing will give me their name, and that they won't allow me to have a witness at my own hearing. Well, the fellows, of course, in the pod, they go boo, and they start to shout out things like communists, Nazis, kangaroo court. And at this point, the three members of the hearing committee left the pod. Well, that was on February 7th. Now, February 10th, about 1 in the morning, I was told I needed to meet with a supervisor. This CO supervisor then handed me another DR in which I was now being charged with 3 additional charges because of what happened on the 7th. They include, number 1, inciting a riot, which, by the way, is a Class 1 violation. Number 2, threatening conduct, Class 2 violation. And number 3, impeding an employee in the performance of their duty, which is also a Class 2 violation. Now, this DR included a page and a half of their description of what they said occurred. Well, as you might expect, this DR is absolutely full of lies, like, quote, at the start of the hearing, Mr. Sabol's questions were answered. This, of course, is absolute BS because I had one question. That question was, why can't I have a witness at my hearing? Note that I'm still waiting for an answer to this question. And, of course, the second DR makes no mention of me asking about a witness. And finally, right on time and on cue, as expected, they, of course, played the race card by saying that somebody yelled the N-word. Not only did this not happen, but the CO that was in the main area of the pod during all of this had his body camera on. So there will be proof that their statement of what we said is an absolute 100% lie. So, after all of this occurred, a bunch of us got to work and asked you great American patriots to come to our aid. Small articles were written about the incident and sent to various groups who disseminated them further, ultimately making their way to members of Congress. And the U.S. Marshals were also contacted and asked to get involved. Well, believe it or not, the squeaky wheel got the grease, because on February 13th, which I believe was yesterday, I was pulled out of the D.C. gulag and taken to the D.C. federal courthouse, where I had a meeting with 2 U.S. Marshals who informed me that complaints had been made and that they were interviewing me as part of their investigation into what occurred on February 7th. I then explained the entire situation and told them that they needed to get 3 things. Number 1, they needed the digital audio file from the first hearing, because if this digital audio still exists, then it will prove that my rights were violated and that the statement in the second DR are an absolute lie. If this digital audio file doesn't exist, then they're guilty of destroying evidence. The second thing they need to get is the body camera footage from the officer that was on deck. This will prove that the N-word was never used, and it also proves that the originator of the report perjured themselves when they said that we did say it, which we didn't. And thirdly, they need to get the pod's video from the eye in the sky camera that shows that nobody was threatened. So, where do things currently stand? Well, as of right now, the U.S. Marshals are looking into this. However, I have my reserves about how deep their investigation will go, because during my hearing, I had a whole file full of paperwork, and they refused to allow me to get it and to give them the names of all the people that were involved, because, yeah, over time, I've obtained the full names of the 3 members of the hearing. Also, as you can imagine, I have my lawyer involved, and we are also in the process of acquiring these same 3 items. As part of this process, my lawyer has contacted the jail's legal department, but as of right now, to the best of my knowledge, they have not responded back yet. So that's basically it. If you stand with me, then please get involved. So far I've lost my visitation, I've lost my phone calls, I've lost my commissary. I've lost certain privileges, if you will, or you can say there's another word for it. My brain just messed me up there. But anyways, if you stand with me, then please get involved. This means contact your congresspeople, specifically those on the Judicial Committee. Give them a call them, write them, visit them. Demand an end to our abuse. Demand our release. demand that they investigate January 6th, demand that they do their jobs, and ultimately, finally, the pinnacle is demand the truth. Demand just the truth. That's what we want, is just the truth. That's what I got. So there you have it. So God bless you all, and God bless America. My name is Jeff Sabol here in the D.C. Gulag, and I approve this message.
Thank you for all that information, Jeff. We will have people calling and talking to people on your behalf. And we have been in front of congressional members, and we have contacted every member of the Judiciary Committee, and we have had meetings with a couple of them, and we'll have meetings with a couple more. So hopefully we'll be making some progress going forward.
We also have
Gotcha. And I tell you, as soon I just hope and pray that these three things can all be acquired, whether it's through a FOIA, or through a subpoena, through Congress, through my lawyer, through the marshals. It's not like I'm making this up. I'm asking for them to say, yes, please dig into this. Get the evidence. It's there. It'll show the travesties, the constitutional rights that are getting trampled on, not to mention the lies. And then to throw the racial card in all this? You've got to be kidding me. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting travesty of justice. So, that's a whole other topic, what they did at Mark.
Sherry said that you had several hundred, or that you had over 100 people make calls for you today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it worked, because with the marshals were like, do you know who called on your behalf? I said, I'm pretty sure it was more than one person. It's something to that effect. So, thank you, because it's not just me. How many other people here in this facility have just had their rights just destroyed, and they have no voice? We at least have a voice in here where we can get people to make calls on our behalf, and we've got the ear of Congress, because we're shining a flashlight on just how disgustingly bad this place is. Don't get me wrong, there are some good people I have met in here. There truly are some very good Christian folk that honestly have even said to me, yes, we agree, it's disgusting what this place is, and we're here because we try to do something good in all of this bad. I've also had CEOs tell me that they've had people that once they got here, they saw how bad it was and disgusting it was, they left because they were like, that want nothing to do with this. So my point is we in here, at least I feel that God's put me in here to use evil for good. In other words, I may be getting stepped on and crushed, but I'm doing everything I can to bring this all to light, and hopefully through the grace of God and also through the help of the American people, that this gets brought to light, and we've got to do something. This is disgusting. If this is our nation's capital, and we have this going on here, this is horrible, absolutely despicably horrible. It is real. I'm not making any of this up at all. So, anyways, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the calls. America out there, those of you that have made calls and have gotten off your butts and are literally involved now, awesome. You got to get the momentum going. You got to keep it going, because once it's going, we can't stop it. It has to keep moving. It has to. Otherwise, we will be giving all of our rights away, and our children and our children's children, and they won't know freedom at all. We'll all be slaves to the man, and we have to do something. So if you're not involved, get involved.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And finally, I'd like to say a very happy Valentine's Day to my lovely fiancée, Michelle, and to my kids, and to Mom, and Dad, and my family, and my sister. So, happy Valentine's Day, America.
Lots of love, Jeff. Lots of love. Happy Valentine's Day.
We love
All right,
you.
guys. Thank you for all you do. Love you guys too. God bless you all, and God bless America.
Thank you.